Hare Krishna, Suvinaya Nityananda Prabhu. Can we start, Prabhuji?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Okay.
Hare Krishna devotees, Dandavat Pranam. Welcome to Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. Today we are very glad to have the association of His Grace Suvinaya Nityananda Prabhu, who will share the nectar from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto number 6, chapter number 2, sloka number 24 and 25. Prabhuji, over to you.
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam. We'll start with the Mangalacharan. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Dhyananjanashalakaya Chakshorunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhistam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupam Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadankitam. Vandeham Shri Gurum Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavamcha Shri Rupam Shakrajatam Sahakara Gunatanvitam Tam Sajivam Shadvaitam Shavadutam Parijanasahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahakana Lalita Shri Vishakanvitamcha हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीन बंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांता राधा कांता नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी ऋषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिय वाञ्छा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिंधु एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः नमो इष्टपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वते देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवते पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वती व्यासां ततो जयमुदीरयेत् नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टुके मुखं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुर्लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपात्मतमां वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्यमनोईश्वरम् ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय Hare Krishna. Welcome to Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. I thank everybody for giving me an opportunity, even though I'm not eligible to speak on Bhagavatam, but speaking and hearing both purifies the audience as well as the speaker. So let us start today's shloka. I'll share my screen. So today's shloka is on 6th chapter, so 6th canto, 2nd chapter, verse number 24 and 25. Very interesting verse. I'll just repeat. Ajamiloप्याथा कर्ण्या दूतानां यमकृष्णयो धर्मां भागवतां शुद्धं त्रैवेद्यं च गुणाश्रयं भक्तिमान् भगवती आशु महात्म्याश्रवणाद्धरे अनुतापो महानासेत् स्मृतो शुभम् आत्मनः. If possible, can you repeat along with me?
Prabhu.
Ajamilo
Ajamilo.
Ajamiloप्याथा कर्ण्या
कर्म्या
दूतानां यमकृष्णयो
दूतानां यमकृष्णयो
धर्मं भागवतां शुद्धं
भागवतं शुद्धं
त्रैवेद्यं च गुणाश्रयं
त्रैवेद्यं च गुणाश्रयं
भक्तिमान् भगवती आशु
भगवती आशुः
महात्माय श्रवणाद्धरे
महात्माय श्रवणाद्धरे
अनुतापो महानासेत्
महानासेत्
स्मरतो शुभम् आत्मनः
स्मरतो शुभम् आत्मनः
I will tell once again. Ajamilopya atakarnya
अजमिलोऽपि अतः
Tutanam yama krishnayo
दूतानां यमकृष्णयो
Dharmam bhagavatam shuddham
धर्मं भगवतं शुद्धं
भगवतं शुद्धम्
Traivedyam cha gunashayam
त्रैवेद्यं च
वेद्यं च
गुणाश्रयम्
गुणाश्रयम्
Bhaktima bhagavati ashu
भक्तिमान् भगवति
मां
आशु
भगवति आचु
Mahatmaya shavanadhare
महात्माया श्रवणादरे
Anutapo mahatmahanasit
अनुतापो महानासि
महानासे
Rato shubham atmanaha.
भरतो अशुभम् आत्मनः
Word. Thank you. Word to word meaning. Ajamilaha. Ajamila. Api. Also. Ata. Thereafter. Akarnya. Hearing. Dutanam. Of the order carriers. Yama. Krishnayu. Of Yamaraja and Krishna. Lord Krishna. Dharmam. The actual religious principles. Bhagavatam. As described in Bhagavatam. Are concerning relationship between the living being and Supreme Personality Godhead. Shuddham. Pure. Traivedyam. Mentioned in three Vedas. Cha also. Gunashayam. Material religion under the modes of material nature. Bhaktiman, a pure devotee, cleansed of modes of material nature. Bhagavati, onto Supreme Personality Godhead. Ashu, immediately. Mahatmya, glorification of name, fame, etc. Shravanat, because of hearing. Hare, of Lord Hari. Anutapa, regret. Mahan, very great. Asit, there was. Smrataha, remembering. Ashubham, all inglorious activities. Atmaha, done by himself. So keyword is Anutapa. Okay. So we'll read the translation. Translation. After hearing the discourses between the Yamadutas and Vishnadutas, Ajmila could understand the religious principle that act under three modes of material nature. These principles are mentioned in three Vedas. He could not understand the transcendental religious. He could also understand the transcendental religious principles which are above material modes of nature and which concern the relationship between living being and Supreme Personality Godhead. Furthermore, Ajmila heard the glorification, name, fame, qualities, and pastimes of Supreme Personality Godhead. It thus became perfectly pure devotee. He could then remember his past sinful activity, which he greatly regretted having performed. Purport by Srila Prabhupada, Jai Srila Prabhupada. So, we'll read the purport in given moment. So, we'll just dwell upon this translation. Very important points are covered in the translation or in the shloka. One is who we should hear from. Okay, and
जय
if
जय
we hear
नमो
sorry.
Please carry on, Prabhu. I muted.
Okay, sorry, Prabhu. So, who we should hear from and what is the impact of that hearing? Okay, just hearing. That is the first point. What this shloka is describing. And there are principle of religion. There is a material religion and there is a transcendental religion. And what are the difference of these two? And how long it takes to transcend from material religion to transcendental religion. And once we take up transcendental religion, before that we take up from transition from material religion to transition religion, transcendental religion, that atapo, the regret. So what all we have done, we will come to know, hey, what all we have done. Is that correct or is that wrong? Or if it is correct, okay, if it is wrong, we'll regret it. Paschatapa. Okay. So, and we take the path of Atmavan. Okay. So who we should hear from and what is the impact of hearing? We'll cover first point. So as you know, in this pastime of the Lord with Ajmila, Ajmila is now hearing the conversations. So how fortunate he was actually to hear these conversations. Like all in Kurukshetra war, heard Bhagavad Gita, Lord, the conversation between Lord and Arjuna. How fortunate they were. Even Dhritarashtra, who was a man in mode of ignorance, also heard Bhagavad Gita. So how fortunate. It may not transform in this life, but it may transform in some other life. Okay, but the fortunate is the hearing from the person direct from the devotee and the Lord. How fortunate are the sages of Naimisharanya that they are hearing from Suta Goswami and the questions put by Shaunaka Maharshi and his associates. And how fortunate here in the Naimisharanya again, not when Parikshit Maharaj, devotee of the Lord, asking clarifications from Sukadeva Goswami. So in all these instances, you can see who is speaking and who are the audience and what is the impact of that on us listeners, Shotrus. So even here in this, Ajamila is having that Sukruti. Sukruti. Can you still hear me, Prabhu? Can you hear me?
Yes,
You can
Prabhu.
hear
Yes, Prabhu. Clear, Prabhu.
Yeah, okay. So that some disconnection came. That's why. Okay, so you see, all these assemblies are conversations. They're all only one-pointed conversations. What is that one-pointed conversation? It's all speaking of Supreme Personality Godhead. Nama, Rupa, Guna, Leela. That's all. Nothing else. Only four subjects. Four for Nama, Rupa, Guna, Leela. Nama, name. Guna, quality. Rupa, beauty or fame. And Leela, the pastimes. All speakers are speaking the same pastimes, not same pastimes, but related to God and his qualities and his name, fame, everything. So we should hear such conversations. Only fortunate souls get to hear such conversation. But somehow or the other, if you are by luck, we say no. There is this pastime, right? In Amarnath, they say, they say, when Shiva wanted to speak Bhagavatam to Parvati, he made sure all Jivatmas go out from that cave. Unfortunately, 2 eggs were left there of the pigeons. And the pigeons heard from that eggs the pure Bhagavatam from the purest devotee you can get, Shambhu. And then they transformed themselves and still are visible. Okay, so the impact, see, that is what here the Stoka is stressing on, hearing. So what Ajamila heard is from Yamadutas and Vishnudutas. Who are Vishnudutas? Vishnudutas are nothing but servants of the Lord. The servants of the Lord means pure devotees of the Lord. So they're what they're telling, they're not telling logic. They're not telling applied science or logic. Hey, this is what. But they are telling what, they are telling name, fame, glories, pastime, beauty of the Lord. Which who doesn't understand? Yamadutas don't understand. Because Yamadutas are also carrying out the orders of their own master, Yamaraj. They never came into this situation. But when the devotees start explaining, they stop and start explaining. So there is an incident, and I would like to share. When Madhvacharya was propagating his Dvaita philosophy and traveling all over the world or all over India, he comes to a place. Okay. That place, the king would have ordered whoever traverses through his kingdom have to one day involved in a manual labor work of digging a pond. Okay. So Madhvacharya is very great. Very, very great. What you should do when saints come as a king, you should invite them, you should give them the respect, you should give them the asan and ask them to speak to the subjects, to his subjects and the people. But unfortunately, the person in charge could not recognize Madhvacharya. And what do you call? He did not recognize the importance of Madhvacharya. He did not inform to his king also. But he just ordered Madhvacharya to go and involve in a manual labor and dig the pond for one day. That is the rule if anybody enters the kingdom. Madhvacharya told only one thing. I don't have any problem. I am the one who teaches. I don't know digging of the pond. If somebody teaches me, I will dig the pond. But he did not refuse from digging the pond. He digged for one day and went to a temple, local temple, must have a rest. And his king somehow came to know Madhvacharya is here. He ran and came some 30 miles or something into the border of his kingdom and seeked forgiveness from Madhvacharya and told, hey, how fortunate my kingdom is that such a great Acharya has come. And come, please stay in my palace and speak the religious principles, the Bhagavatam for us. So the importance is identifying right persons and making them speak about Lord's name, fame, glories, pastime, beauty. That is very important. Here, Ajmila was lucky because he heard, he did not make any effort in bringing them, in bringing Yamadutas or in bringing Vishnadutas and hearing the conversation. But we have to make the effort. See, you are logging on to Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya, that's an effort. 7:15 morning and hearing, that's an effort. We have to physically endeavor. But Ajmila here was lucky enough because he chanted the names of the Lord. He was lucky enough that he was hearing the Lord provide an opportunity. See, see why Lord provided this opportunity to hear also you should understand. Lord could simply say, Vishnuduta, take Ajmila and come back or drop him in Haridwar. He did not do like that. First, Yamadutas came. Okay, then Lord sent Vishnudutas. And then they had a conversation. And that conversation, who heard? We heard. We are hearing. So in Bhagavatam, if you see, Bhagavatam itself is a conversation between Shukadeva Goswami and Parikshit Maharaj. So Lord is providing opportunity for us hearing. Lot of hearings. Vidura is hearing from Markandeya Muni. Parikshit is hearing from Shukadeva Goswami. And Shaunuka is hearing from Suta Goswami. Arjuna is hearing from Krishna. So all these are hearing only. Hearing is what transforms a soul. Nothing else transforms. So that is what here Ajmila, such a person who was a Brahmana, who had a very chaste wife, who had a very good father, fell down and is transformed again by hearing from pure devotees. So that is what here Ajmila could understand. Hey, there is a religious principle. There are two types of religious principle. One is material religious principle, another is spiritual religious principle from the conversations. So you understood, right? The importance of hearing the conversations between a devotee, between devotees, or devotee and non-devotee. It's very important that we hear the conversation very aptly. We should hear the conversation. How we should hear the conversation? Very aptly, very strict concentration of mind and very humbly. So when Madhvacharya, in the story I was telling, when Madhvacharya was speaking to the king heard very aptly. And Madhyacharya was impressed by the king and told, "Hey, king, I did not expect you to hear such aptly." He says, "One sadhu, he came, you do that, follow the respects, hear something from him and let him go. But I'm seeing that you're hearing. I'll assure you that you will transform in this life." That's what Madhvacharya told. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also, what he did for 2 or 3 hours, 3 hours daily is hearing Bhagavatam from Gadadhar Pandit in Tota Gopinath temple, Jagannath Puri. He's showing us, Mahaprabhu is showing us, hey, here, 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 here. So in ordinary schools, in the material schools, what they tell? Okay, they do chapter once and tell to practice, 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 practice. Practice more. I'll give you more tests, more exams, more mock papers, more preparatory exam, pre-board exam, whatever it is. But here, in devotional life, if we want to progress, we should only hear, 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 hear. Very much hear and then introspect what is it hearing? Because hearing itself transforms the soul. You take a stone and be putting water on it continuously. What will happen? The stone will melt. Maybe it will take millions of years. Doesn't matter, but it will melt. Our heart is like stone because we have been in this material world billions of years, billions and billions of years. But it takes one moment to melt this heart, one right moment. But like sadhana bhaktas for us, we should continuously be pouring Shravanam on this heart. Bilva Mangala Thakura, example, if you take that one person, his lady, he went crossing the floods, he went up her house thinking via snake, thinking it is a rope. But still, what happened? That lady told, "Hey, yes, you've taken so much trouble to come to me in this harsh condition. How much trouble? If you take the same trouble, if not half the trouble, towards Lord, what will happen?" That one drop of water on his heart melted his heart. Just that one drop of his water melted his heart. So that is what Shravanam does. Shravanam for a pure devotee transforms our heart. So same thing. You can see many examples how one instance transformed the heart of many people, and they became great devotees. One instance. Okay. So this is the first very important point in the shloka is Ajmila got to hear from Yamadutas, the conversation between Yamadutas and Vishnudutas. And what he heard, what is a summation, what he summarized, it's very important. We hear, okay, but we should summarize and contemplate on that. Contemplation is very important on that hearing. So today you heard Bhagavatam, you took the notes, and you should have the summary of that to 2 or 3 lines. And that is what here this person, Ajamila, did that. He summarized the conversation. What he summarized the conversation? Okay, there are religious principles. What I thought there was one religious principles, dharma. No, there are 2 types of dharma. One is material dharma, one is transcendental dharma. What is material dharma? Traigunyo Vishayo Veda. That is what is material dharma? Karma kanda. Vedas talk about that. You do action, you get reaction. You want a very good wife, you do this yajna. You want very good husband, you do this yajna. You want Indra position, you do this yajna. You want material opulence, you do this yajna. So action is the action. It is a slow process. Karma kanda. It's a slow process. But for your sense gratification, if you want, Vedas provide that. Traigunyo Vishnu. That's what Prabhupada says here. It's perfect. Traigunyo Vishaya Veda. Nichtre gunyo bhavarjuna, nirdvando nitya sattvasto, niryoga kshema atmavan. That means what? Vedas deal with three modes of nature. Karma kanda, what it will talk. You do this, you get this. You do this, you get this. It's a slow process. Vedas are also pushing you towards getting self-realization and then getting you to be servant of the Lord. It's also pushing, but the process is slow. But here, the process itself can derail you. How? It's not the Vedas problem, it's our problem. Okay, hey, I want a good wife, for example. Okay, I got a good wife. Then I need to progress on transcendence. But what we do, no, we deviate until, oh, now I have a good wife. Why not have a good house? Oh, now I have a good house. Why not have wealth? Oh, I have wealth. Why not have children to enjoy the wealth? Oh, I have now children. Why don't I have grandchildren? Oh, I should worry about grandchildren. I'll make them a house and wealth for them also. See how we are deviating. So what Vedas told is, hey, you perform and you'll get, and you contemplate, hey, I performed something, I got something. Who gave that something? No, there is one person giving. Who is that person giving? And who am I? Who am asking? So that is the path Vedas are trying to push us. But what we instead get deviated is, hey, this path. We get entangled. We get entangled. We never know this entangled. We are getting entangled. That's a great Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, no? Sharira avidya jal. Avidya jal means jal is what? Net. When a leopard or a lion you have to catch, you just put a net. Lion is so powerful, very powerful. It can just tear apart the flesh of any animal, and it can kill even a biggest animal, elephant. But when you put a net, vidya jal means it is restrained. It can't, it does like this, nothing it can do. It is trapped. So we also get trapped. We perform karma kanda. Majority of the Indians perform karma kanda, but they're trapped. They they get trapped in their own asks. I told, no, hey, I want children, I want to do for children. Oh, I want grandchildren, I want to do for grandchildren. So one person I met last week, he is a 80-year-old person. Okay, he's a wealthy person actually. He's a high net worth individual. And he told, Prabhuji, all these years I've been doing wrong thing. Because we distributed a book to him, he called up and told, Baku, why? It's very good book, Bhagavad Gita. It is telling me to untangle. This is the word he used, untangle. I should untangle myself. How to do that? That is what he asked. That means that realization came only when he studied Bhagavad Gita. Otherwise, he was following the normal karma kanda philosophy. He was also having, he's not an atheist, he was a theist. He was worshipping. But he was entangled. Entangled means what? Oh, I thought I should do for my great grandchildren also. I should settle them also. He's 80 years. He has children, he has grandchildren, he has great grandchildren. He's still working. He's still working to take care of his great grandchildren. No, Prabhu, they should have nice house, nice apartment, nice. But once he studied, he got glimpse of Bhagavad Gita. He only studied the introduction by Prabhupada, and he told, we should untangle, Prabhu. I should untangle. So that is what that. So Ajamila got to know what is material religion. That is what he entangled myself in material religion. I had so many children. I was interested in sense gratification. I followed the path of sense gratification more and more. That is material religion. Serving the senses is material religion. I did not even think. I was asking, I was performing some action, I was getting, but I did not think who was giving. If a person is giving me everything, that how much powerful he must be. That I did not think. Then he heard what is transcendental religion also from Vishnu Dutas. So transcendentals also from Yamadutas, what he heard was material religion. Hey, this person, if he performs this thing, if he sets a fire for another neighbor's house, he will be put in this particular hell with this punishment. If he sleeps with another wife, he gets this. If he steals, he gets this. If he poisons, he gets this. That's all material religion. Okay. But he heard transcendental religion. He got very happy. He heard the transcendental religion. Hey, you are the soul. You are not the body. Okay. The body is like a boat in a Bhavasagara, the ocean of material existence. You can use this boat and reach shore. You do not entangle yourself here in this big ocean. Atato Brahma Jignasa. That means you are the soul, not the body. Dehinosmin yata dehe kaumaram yavanam jara tata dehantara praptir dhirastatra muhyati. So this soul transforms from one body to another, one body to another, one body to another. This soul is not permanently in one body. No, that is not the case. Then what is this is Anu Atma. I am Anu Atma. I am very restricted. I can't do. So Vishnu Dutas, when they tell, hey, go to far place, that is Antariksha, and see, you will not see at all the soul. You will not see Earth planet at all. Leave soul. You will not see sun also. Sun also will be dimming. Small thing. Antariksha, if you go. I tell, right? You go to Antariksha and see. Your sun also is very difficult to see. That's why I think so Prabhupada, he was in a morning walk. He was in a place, a remote place, somewhere at Germany or something. Okay, then there was a night. They were having prasadam at 8, 7 o'clock outside. And it was pitch dark. It was Amavasya day. And they saw huge amount of stars. Huge amount of stars. And one European devotee asked Prabhupada, Prabhupada, we see so many stars. What are these? He told, each star is a solar system. So many worlds are there. And it is, all this may be better than the solar system. So devotees, there's a foreign devotees, they were awestruck. Huh? We thought only in Earth the life is, but so many planets are there, so many things are there. And then that is what that Ajmila realized. When Vishnu Das told, go to Antariksha and see the solar system, you find nothing. Even some astronauts like Sunita Williams and all traveled, no, they also tell, if you look from space, we are fighting and we are wanting set Shullaka things. This, we want only this inferior things. So that is what transcendental religions tells, that what is inferior, what is superior. So God is superior. This material world is inferior. So we need to transcend from material world to spiritual world. That is what transcendental religion is. That is what exactly what Arjuna also heard from Krishna in Bhagavad Gita. Hey, you are in this material world. You need to transport yourself to the transcendental world. How to do that? Follow my orders. Be my man. So what is the end objective of transcendental religion is we being Krishna's man. That's all. It doesn't matter what position we are. Position is temporary. Are we Krishna's man? That is very important. So when Indra during Govardhan pastime, why that Govardhan pastime occurred is very important for us. When Indra thought he was everything. I have got this Indra position, so I am everything. Lord wanted to teach him a lesson. So when Samavartaka clouds were sent, Indra ordered Samavartaka to pour heavily, pour like hell, pour like cats and dogs. It pours so much. But Krishna was lifting with a small, tiny finger. Then Are Samavartaka cannot destroy. My Vajrayuda cannot destroy. That means what is I thought my position is superior. I am powerful. I am this. I am that. I have the Ashtadik Palakas. I have everybody in the universe under my control. What is this happening? And then he realizes, oh man, I'm not everything. There is something more powerful. I have to be that Krishna's man. I can't be independent. In the moment independent, there is trouble. He realized that. Then he took Surabhi cow, who is always Krishna's cow, right? And then, so objective of transcendental religion is to make us Krishna's man or woman. We should be Krishna. So that is exactly what instruction Krishna gave to Arjuna in Bhagavad Gita. Hey, be my man. Don't worry. Don't worry about a karma. Don't worry about negative karma. Don't worry about getting all this culture, custom gone, killing your guru, killing your grandfather, killing your nephew, niece, killing your um, cousins. Don't worry about that. You follow my order. That is it. Then you become my man. Then you come to material, sorry, transcendental plane. Not material. You're out of material plane. Don't worry. Mahasuchaha. Do not worry. सर्वधर्मान परित्यज्य मामेकं शरणं व्रज अहं त्वां सर्वपापेभ्यो मोक्षयिष्यामि मा शुचाः means don't worry. So we should aspire to become Krishna's man. So what is Krishna's man? So even though if you are working, say many people are working, right? They are working. They should think of, hey, we are working for Krishna. We are working for Krishna. That's very difficult to think actually. Arjuna was firing the arrows to Bhishma. He could not fire the arrows against his own grandfather if he was not thinking, I am working for Krishna. I am Krishna's man. Whatever Krishna says, I will do. That's all. I'll not think. I'll not think. I'll not think a single moment. That's where Arjuna is great. He never, once he got realized that I will become, he realized after Bhagavad Gita, I will become Krishna's man. That's all. Whatever Krishna says, doesn't matter. I'll do it. Whatever Krishna says. That's why he was able to fire the arrows against Bhishma and Bhishma. And Krishna told, hey, Bhishma is too much. Bring Shikandi. Even though, see, you can't bring a woman to a battlefield or Anuj to battlefield, right? Knowing that he will not fight, that is not right. But when Krishna told Arjuna, doesn't, okay, he bought Shikandi in front. It doesn't matter. So becoming Krishna's man is important. That is what transcendental religions teaches us. Become a Krishna's man, whatever Krishna say. What is becoming Krishna's man now practically mean to us means, who is Krishna now? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So we should become Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's. Or how to become Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's man is what he has told. Ignay Sankirtana Praya Yajanti hi Sumeshasra Sankirtana Ekna. Do Sankirtana Ekna in this Kali Yuga and you will become my man. Don't worry. So we should participate in Sankirtana Ekna and follow his devotee, what Prabhupada, his devotee, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's devotee has told. Senapati Bhakta has told to become this. What? Become chanting. To chant, to perform Sankirtan Yajna, to preach, to sadhana, to read books. That is what we should do. That is when we become Krishna's man, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's man, Prabhupada's man, Rupa Goswami's man. So when Ajmila heard this, oh, he distinguished, oh, I was following material religion. That gave me only pain, but I did not realize I was in pain. That's a beauty. That's a treatment. That's a beauty of this material world or karma kanda. You never know you're getting what you wanted, but all that is poison. Kota nidra jaga maya pichachana kore. That is, we are sleeping in lap of Maya. She's a demon. We are sleeping, she's usually sleeping in lap of mother gives you relaxation, but we are also sleeping in lap of mother. So, but we are suffering. We never realize. That's a beauty. We never realize we are suffering. Actually, we are in a prison. We never realize that. So that realization happened to Ajmila. So once that realization happened to Ajmila, okay, what is difference between Shuddha Bhakti and material Bhakti? Then he started realizing, oh man, I did what? Then he started to regret. Atapo. He started to regret, oh man, why I did this material religions? Oh, why I did this? Oh, why I left a chaste wife, a chaste, young, beautiful wife, and went with this dirty prostitute. And not only went, but also begetted 10 or more children in her home. I did the robbery, I did the theft for satisfying her needs. What, man, I did? I did all these bad things. How come these all bad things I did? Then he started to regret his activities. That is what he greatly regret his activity. Paschatapa. I was born in a great family and I was under guidance of a great person, my father, who was transcendentally religious, was performing every day archana with the flowers. And he also engaged me in the service of bringing the flowers and offering the flowers to the Lord. I fell from such a position to such the dirty position. That's a realization for us, right? We're all big businessmen, big politicians, big workers in big positions. But we should ask ourselves, are we Krishna's, man? Position doesn't matter. Nowhere in the Vedas it is told you cannot be in big positions, because you have to be. See, Ambarish Maharaj was in a big position. He's the king of the entire world. Prahlad Maharaj was a Yuvraj. He was a king. Was a big Hiranyakashipu's son. They had a big position, right? Big position. Pratap Rudra was a big position. As a king of Orissa. So big positions. But it's not a problem with position. Position is not a problem. But our thought process, are we? So Padmanabha Dasa, are we Padmanabha Dasa? Are we Dasas? Are we the masters? Are we the Dasa? Are we the master? That's a difference. So Bharat Maharaj was the king of the entire universe. Sorry, an entire world. He was the king of the entire world, Bharat. And when the time came, he just called his children and say, you take this, you take this, you take this, you take this. I'm leaving for forest, for self-realization. Vanaprastha. Who in the world now does that? Tell me. I have such a big position. Can I relinquish my chair? No way. I cannot relinquish my chair. No way I can relinquish my chair. Because I'm attached to it. I've done so much effort to get that chair. That means you're not Krishna's man. If you're attached to chair, but not attached to position and not attached to Krishna, that means you're not Krishna's man. That is what Ajmila realized. I want to become Krishna's man. That is what he thought in his heart. I want to become Krishna's man. I want to follow what Krishna says. What Krishna says, hey, meditate on me. Come back to me. Come back to me. I will take care of Yoga Kshema. Ananya Chinta Yanto Mam, Ejana Paryupasate, Tesham Nitya Abhyuktanam, Yoga Kshemam, Amyam. I will provide you the support. I will provide you the gains. I will provide you all the things. Yoga, Kshema, protection, safety. I want to go there. Ajamila realized this very nicely. And then he started to regret. And then once the regression is over, he told, hey, I want to become Krishna's man. Please tell me how to become Krishna's man. I want to become Krishna's man. He did not say, I want to be liberated. He did not say that. I want to become Krishna's man. Tell me how I can become Krishna's man. How I can favorite of Krishna. How I can carry out orders of Krishna. That is when Vishnudutas drop him to Haridwar. That is when he goes to Haridwar to become Krishna's man, to realize. So this sloka was very important. See, first is which conversations we should hear, because all the transformation of the heart or the soul happens with these conversations. I talked about 4 or 5 conversations: Suta Goswami, Shaunaka Maharishi, then Shukadeva Goswami and Parikshit Maharaj, Ajmila hearing the conversation of Yamuduta and Vishnudutas, Arjuna hearing Krishna. So the conversations are very important. Right conversations can transform the heart. And Arjuna heard that. And then you should contemplate on those conversations. Ajmila contemplated, hey, what was this conversation about? Okay, hey, they were about material religion versus spiritual religion. Material religion only gratifies the senses, and it gives only pain, but we don't realize it. It is a slow poison. We are drinking poison, we do not realize. We are drinking poison. Narottam Das Thakur says, right? Bisha Kaile, Bisha means I knowingly drink material poison. I knowingly drink. I knowingly drink. See, unknowingly drinking, we know we'll suffer, but we are drinking. So that is what he realizes. I'm drinking poison. But no, there is another path also, transcendental religion. There is another path called transcendental religion. I'll follow this. If you follow that, then no suffering will be there. And Krishna will take care of us. And that is what he realized. And the power of the hearing transformed his heart, Shravanam. Power of hearing, what we should hear, that is also important. Not all this surface things. We should hear deep things. Nama, Rupa, Guna, Leela of the Lord. Nama, name, Rupa, beauty, fame, Guna, qualities, and Leela, the pastimes of the Lord. That transformed the heart. And then once he transformed the heart, he started to regret. Arre, what I have done all this life, I wasted my life. I went to that prostitute and begetted so many children in her womb. And to satisfy the prostitute, I did this thievery, robbery, all irreligious things. And God is great. He has given me this opportunity. He has not allowed me to suffer because I take the name of Him. How much merciful my Lord is. See, he realized the Lord. Then I want to be His man. See, in this material world, true well-wishers, are there any true well-wisher? Except your spiritual master, there's nobody true well-wisher. And devotees, of course. Nobody true well-wisher. Even if you do so many things to them, if one thing is wrong, if you're working, for example, there are 100 things, you did 99 things right and one thing wrong, your boss will come and say, hey, you've done this thing wrong. He will not appreciate 99 things. And he'll get penalized for that one thing getting wrong. Devotees and Krishna is not like that. If they give 100 things and you did 99 things wrong, but one thing right, they will praise one thing right. That is what he realized. Hey, I have done all wrong things only in my life. But just because I called only one right thing, I called the name of Narayana, he's giving me all the benefits. How Udara he is. How magnanimous my Lord is. How munificent my Lord is. How when Nityananda Prabhu said, hey, don't punish Madai. Because he heard Jagai and stopped hitting me. See, that's a mercy of the Lord. That's the mercy of Nityananda. That's the mercy of the Lord. That is why we should be Lord's man, Krishna's man. And that is what he regretted. Then he wanted to be Krishna's man. In the process, he get being transferred to Haridwar. So what is in it for us also? It's a long journey. I'm not saying it is a short journey. It's a long journey. But let us keep on hearing from right sources, and that will automatically transfer. That one moment, that Bilomangala Thakura's moment may come to us also. Some point of time, definitely it will come, and our heart gets transformed, and we can go in path of what Ajmila went to Haridwar. We can also become Krishna's man. With that, I end this class. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Hari Bol, Prabhu. Very nice, very excellent thing. And very nicely you explained and you told us how to go through that. Thank you very much for the wonderful lecture in the morning, Prabhu.
Thank you, Mataji. Any
Oh.
questions I can take?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu, Dandavad Pranams. Thank you for the wonderful class, Prabhu. You have given everything in so much of clarity. And no questions, Prabhu. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna. Dandavad.
Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Dandavad Pranam. You told about Dutta Gopinath, Prabhu. What is it first time happened, Prabhu, there?
Tota Gopinath was a place in Jagannath Puri. See, there is a routine for Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, there is a routine. Always he goes, gets up, chants his round, then goes to Jagannath temple, has the darshan, then gets a prasadam from Jagannath temple, hands it over to Haridas Thakur because he's not allowed in the temple. And after that, he goes to Toto Gopinath. There's a place in Jagannath Puri called Toto Gopinath. It's a garden, okay, where Gadadhar Pandit, Toto Gopinatha is there. So Gadadhar Pandit stays there. And he asks Gadadhar Pandit to recite Bhagavatam, mainly Dhruva pastimes, Prahlad pastimes, for 3 hours. Daily, Mahaprabhu was hearing Bhagavatam. That Mahaprabhu did not know Bhagavatam, that is not the point. Mahaprabhu is teaching us, hey, daily hear transcendental pastimes. That is what he is telling us. So daily 3 hours without fail, Mahaprabhu used to hear Bhagavatam from Gadadhar Pandit. That is what I stressed here, hearing, Shravanam, the power of listening and power of contemplation. That is what I explained. Tota Gopinath, Mahaprabhu used to hear.
Thank you, Prabhu. So many hearing pastimes from different people and hearing from such a great people as well as listeners also get benefited. Thank you,
Correct.
Prabhu. Dandavad Pranam. Hari Hari.
Hari.
Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Suvinaya, Nityananda. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Wonderful class and wonderful stress on hearing. I was hearing at the class in that it was also mentioned Shukadeva Goswami also. He just came out of the womb at 16 years and just ran off to the forest. But then when he heard that, some
Bhagavatam
shlokas that the
shlokas.
farmers, and then he said, "Oh, who told this?" And Vedavyasa said, "Oh, that is my father." Took a U-turn and went back, and then he heard Srimad Bhagavatam, and then we know it is all straight.
Correct.
So
Yes.
thank you so much for stressing the aspect of hearing. I hope I improve on that aspect. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you,
Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Okay. If no questions,
Any other questions from any other devotees? Okay, I think there are no questions, Prabhu. Thank you very much, Prabhu, for the wonderful class. We can end today's session.
Prabhu, just 1 minute, Prabhu. Prabhu,
ah,
you explained it so well and we understood and we got realized. But if we read on our own, we don't get the realization, Prabhu. How is that you say you have to contemplate and then do? But only when I listen, I understand the meaning of the sloka and all that.
yeah. But it's very important. Even Bhagavatam, initial sloka states, Sukhamukha Amrutam. So it should be touched by parrot. A fruit is sweet only when it's touched by parrot. So it's very important in this yuga. In this yuga, Shravana is more important. Listening. You should drink the nectar, not through the mouth. Devas drank through the mouth, but we should drink through nectar through hearing only. And we should most importantly contemplate after that hearing. But you should be hearing. So that hearing has 2 things. One is the energy of the Lord and the energy of the devotee also. So that is what Sukhamukha Amritam. That means devotee puts his realization in. It's personal realization or the realization which he has heard of. So it's very important you keep on hearing. Shravanam is more, first that was Shravanam, Kirtanam, Smaranam. So Shravanam is the first one. We should hear. That only transforms the heart.
Yes.
Well, if I go outside, reading is very important. But without hearing, if you go and read, that will not add value.
True. Very true. Yes.
So you should hear from the variety of devotees means you should hear what also. That is why this Bhagavatam was spoken and written actually. It was written by Vedavyasa. And he sent out his shishyas to spread it. They could have copied 100 copies and spread it, and they could have read. But no, Shukadeva Goswami did not give a copy to Parikshit. He spoke. And in Naimisharanya also, when Suta Goswami heard from Sukadeva, he could have just given the copies, no? He did not give the copies. And Prabhupada made sure all his lectures are recorded. He did not tell, okay, then transcribe my lectures and give it, you can read. Hearing, that's a sound vibration. That is what is very important. When the sound hits, transcendental sound hits your right ear and vibrates your eardrum, it activates the nerves. That is when the physical change also will happen. So in our sampradaya, see, everybody there is hearing, everybody there is saying, there is assembly, and there is giving. Chaitanya Prabhu, why he has to hear from Gadadhar Pandit?
Mm.
Chaitanya Prabhu is positionally higher than Gadadhar Pandit, right? But what he's telling is, hey, hear from the realized souls. Do not worry about the positions. And that is what in ISKCON also, we practice every day Bhagavatam sessions, and every speaker comes. Whether it's a junior speaker or say a junior speaker is speaking, a senior speaker will sit and hear. That is hearing is more important. So we should not forget this hearing. And that now we have so much technology, use this technology in the convenience of hearing. Convenience is there, right? We can put the headsets and we can have that memory and keep on playing. So it is very much stressed. Even in this particular shloka, hearing only transform Ajmila. Otherwise, Ajmila was seeing and performing the activities. It's not Ajmila left doing puja and all after he got married to this prostitute or whatever. He was doing all that. But association of devotees he did not have. And that hearing he did not have. He was doing his normal practices. It was there. But that didn't transform him at all.
Yes, Prabhu. Thank
Okay.
you so much, Prabhu. Thank you so much for the wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you.
Dandavad.
That's all.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Sorry, just one follow-up, Prabhuji. Is that okay, Prabhuji?
Yeah, sure.
8:30. Okay. Now, when you said hearing, Prabhuji, there are so many options available for hearing, so many classes. How should we plan, Prabhuji, our hearing? What should be like a standard benchmark that we should follow, Prabhuji?
Yeah, the standard benchmark is first we should complete hearing of Prabhupada lectures. How much ever Prabhupada has spoken, right? That we should hear because he's our founder Acharya. He's straight from horse's mouth, we say, right? We should first complete all Prabhupada lectures. It's very important we should complete. At least what devotees recommend, right? Main devotees recommend is morning, you have that Prabhupada lecture, you put on your phone and do your morning activities, brushing the teeth, completing nature's call, taking bath. You have that. So while doing morning activity, complete one Prabhupada lecture. So that really activates because Prabhupada is a pure devotee. When you hear his vibrations and you're enthused for the day to do religious activities, that is transcendental activities. And once you complete Prabhupada lectures, hear from your spiritual master. Okay. Then go to senior devotees who you like, who you feel inspired, then hear from them. But it should be first Prabhupada, followed by your spiritual master, then the speakers who you get inspired. That is how we should plan. It can be a daily plan, it can be a monthly plan, or it can be a yearly plan. So one Prabhu I was speaking was a senior Prabhu. He was telling, I hear 2 lectures, that means every day Prabhupada. There is no 40-45 minutes is what Prabhupada speaks, 30 to 40 minutes. I hear Prabhupada lecture every day. And make sure at least 2 lectures in a week will be my Guru Maharaj and 1 lecture from my inspired speaker. That's all. So then that is how he plans his week. So he does a weekly plan. So according to that, you can do your daily plan or weekly plan or monthly plan also. But first complete Prabhupada, then the spiritual master, if you're initiated, and the inspiring speaker. If you're not initiated, then after Prabhupada, you can go to the inspiration speakers directly, so that you get your art transformed. Okay, Prabhu.
Thank you so much, Prabhu. Yeah, Prabhu, definitely. Thank you so much, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Suvinaya and Nityananda Prabhu, for such a practical insight, the importance of hearing and sharing your realization as well. Thank you, Prabhu. We'll end today's session with Vaishnava Pranam Prabhuji.
Vancha kalpatarubhishcha kripa sindhubhyev cha patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavembhyo namo namah. Ananta Koti Vaishnavaranda ki jai. Namacharya Das Thakur ki jai. Om Tat Sat. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Narasana.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna devotees, we'll end the Zoom session now.